Well, welcome back to Noob Nights.
I'm not ready.
You are ready.
Wow. Thanks. That's life-changing, Sean.
Remember, we got to keep this under a few hours. Can you see anything yet or not?
Yes, everything's fine now. I don't know what happened.
Okay. I don't know why
Well,
I
I have
opened
to
the
open
door.
the cheese door, and you're not even gonna go in.
No, I'm not.
Dog, you just wasted that super bomb.
I know. We're gonna get more.
You gotta think about your super bomb economy.
Okay. So this here is apparently the first super bomb in the game.
Okay.
This one right
Did you
here.
pick it up?
Well, I mean, there's a Chozo statue, so like when the Chozo's presenting it to you, it's like,
How many
here you
minutes are
go.
we at? Hey, how many minutes are we at?
A minute, 1 minute and 10
Oh
seconds.
crap! I think I swore before the minute.
You what?
YouTube itself says that videos. Oh my god, you're getting messed up, dude.
You know, just here's what you need to do. Okay, what you need to do
Yeah.
is just bleep it out. That's all.
But YouTube can pick up on bleeps.
Well, that's okay. It's okay
It's
if you
not
bleep
okay.
it.
So what you have to do is you have to replace it with a complicated noise. Like you basically have to cut to a different scene.
Well, maybe you should just stop swearing. That would be good.
Maybe you should.
How
stop
often do
swearing.
you hear me swear?
Like, well, never. I don't think I've ever heard you swear in my life. Probably like a couple times.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's bullshit.
You would never use that outside of the occasion of me saying that I never hear you
I think
swear.
that's the problem. Like, for me, it's just so awkward. It, like, feels really weird. Like, I don't know.
I just think you don't know how to swear.
That's fine. I don't need to know.
Fair enough.
I really don't need to know.
Anyway,
We got a missile. Did you
you
see
got
that?
a missile.
The
Yeah.
question is, am I gonna fall here or did I land in the... Oh, crap, I fell.
Well, I
That's okay.
think that answered the question.
See, you
Are
just
you
have to
going
get good at
Meridia?
using... You just have to get good at using euphemisms like crap.
Are you going to Meridia? Oh, it looks like Meridia.
Not quite.
Is
Almost.
Meridia? What?
Yeah. You'll see. In due time.
Oh, I think they just call us the abandoned ship.
The wreck ship, I think.
The wreck ship. So there's another ship here. So I think that's supposed to be the space pirate ship, if I have that right.
That's correct.
So I guess they crash landed here.
Yes, to run and shoot at the same time requires the claw. It's actually not comfortable.
No, why are you doing it then?
Because I'm speedrunning. Poorly, but I am speedrunning.
Dude. You're gonna be sitting next to me when we're 80, and you're gonna be like, man, I got the worst arthritis. I wish I had never done the claw. I was gonna be like, well, you didn't listen. Well, you did.
Actually. No. That's what I want. By the way, a little hint here.
And then you're like, you run and shoot at the same time if you use the claw.
Okay, so a little hint here when fighting Fantoon is don't use super missiles or else he will go like berserker mode and like hit you, like send like several waves of unavoidable crap at you.
So he doesn't like super missiles.
That's right. So instead, you go for the charged one of those bad boys. If I can actually hit him. There we go. Just gotta kill him good.
Why the space pirates are still around, right? So
Yes.
it's not like they've been gone for an inordinate amount of time, right?
That's true. That's true.
Why is it possessed by ghosts?
That's a good question. That is a very good question.
Like, I mean, did a whole bunch of them die in the crash? Is that all that's implicating? Because, they're not. This game isn't really trying to garner your sympathy towards the space pirates.
I know that.
Do you have any theories? Like, how could it possibly be that the ship is haunted? Like, how does that make any sense?
I don't know. This guy's definitely a ghost. I can say that much for sure. I think that crocodile guy is.
Why? Why? It's like if you crashed your car and then 5 minutes later you find out it's haunted.
Yeah, that would be.
Or becomes haunted. That's what I feel like is going on here. Now, if it was like at the bottom of the ocean for like, a long time, and it's like just kind of decayed and I don't know. I feel like that would make more sense.
I think we're getting him.
Sean, this is the part where you give some input.
Just trying not to die here. As you can
Who
tell, I'm
cares?
very, very
Who
close
cares?
to death.
Nobody cares. We got
I'm close to death.
2 subscribers.
I know, and I'm one of them. That's how bad this is. It's really bad.
You're at 93 energy still. 78.
I
3.
know.
8.
There he goes. See, he
You're
wasn't
not gonna
hard.
die.
I know, I'm not gonna die. But he might die. That's a very real possibility.
It could. I don't know. I've yet to be convinced.
Okay, drop your stuff. Okay, turn the power back on. There we go.
Why? I don't know.
That guy wasn't that hard.
I know, but like when you really think about Fantoon being there, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I think it's called the wrecked ship. Let's see what it says on the map here. Yep, wrecked ship. See? I know my stuff.
Cool.
I know it good.
Is it spooky, John?
It is spooky. Okay. So, one thing, and again, it's like this is like one of those weird game design things that you're about to see here. So like, okay, you go in this room. Okay, I'm gonna get a super missile. That's great. Okay? So, who would think, okay, and I just want you to be realistic with me. Who would
I'm
think
listening.
that it's just let's just take this random idea, take a power bomb here, and blow up a hole here. Like, is that logical? Or not really? Just be real with me.
I probably wouldn't find that if it requires a super bomb.
Okay, another super missile. They're not super bomb. I think you actually don't need a super bomb. I think you can actually do it with a regular bomb. I'll have to look with the
What are you
X-rays go.
trying to do?
Get in this area.
Ah,
Get the super missile. So, not super
what
bomb,
are you doing?
super missile. Very simple. Okay. Okay, there we go. A little this, a little that. Now we can go in here, but we can't do anything here yet because we don't have the gravity suit, but we're gonna get the gravity suit. And then we're gonna go up here. And then we're going to save. I don't know why I say it. I think another goal here is actually to try to do this deathless if possible.
Okay.
But that
Do you get something for that?
I don't think so.
Then why would you do a deathless run?
Because it wastes time to die.
Interesting.
It does.
That means you got to beat Ridley on the first try.
Do you think I can do it?
How many times have you fought him?
Several.
Several?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know.
If I have enough super missiles, it should be doable.
I mean, well, here's the thing. I feel like because he's at the end, the fact that you have all this stuff isn't really going to matter as much. Does that make sense?
I guess you got a point.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess I'll say.
Do you beat Ridley on the first try usually?
I don't know. Do I?
How many times have you actually played this game?
I think 2 or 3 times. But I remember him being a pretty difficult boss. I just don't know if I had difficulty with him last time.
I saw a comment on like a YouTube channel, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I beat this game every week."
Every week?
Yes.
Holy crap!
It's not a super long game. Like once you know what you're doing. And we're trying to do a sub 3 hour run here, so you know.
How did he say how long his runs usually are?
I don't know.
Like how much time does it take him? Does it take him the whole week?
No, of course not. I mean, this can be beaten in a day. It's not that hard to play. It's not that hard of a game. So every week he plays it. I feel like though for like a speedrunning game, this is like a pretty good speedrunning game. Like just with like everything that you can do. But apparently like what the speedrunners will do is they'll like do this motion with their arm because apparently like it saves frames. Like
really?
Yeah. Now there's a missile up there, but I realized that getting 100% of the missiles is really not my biggest goal here. So
no, there's like 255 max missiles. Like it's a lot.
Besides, we can do it on the new game plus.
Sure, I think at 80, like that's plenty. Do you need more than 80 on a boss ever?
Maybe Ridley.
Really?
But if I have enough super missiles, I can usually it's super missiles and then just charge beam. I mean, charge beams are much better than the missiles.
The missiles,
anyway.
That's right. Your missiles are weaker than your charge beams.
Right. So basically, like your regular beam really doesn't do any damage to like a lot of bosses. Okay.
Okay.
And like, and as I talked about this last time, basically, the missiles are like they do like 1 unit. I don't want to say 1 damage, but like effectively like a base level of damage. The charge beam does twice as much as that, and then the super missiles do 3 times as much. I think. Now I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard.
I'm sorry. I need you to say that again.
Oh boy. Basically the missiles do however much damage the missiles do, the charge beam does twice that amount, and the super missiles do 3 times that amount.
Huh.
And I know for a fact that there's 50 super missiles and 50 super.
So that means that it takes 2 missiles to equal 1 charge beam?
That's correct, I think. I could be wrong.
Can you shoot 2 missiles faster than you can charge a charge beam?
I think so, yes.
So you can get a higher DPS out of it.
True. But the other thing about the missiles is that, like, you know, once you have the Spazer equipped, you have a lot, like, bigger range. Like, you know, the missiles, like...
Are very narrow.
Are very narrow, whereas that Spazer... Gotcha. Like, that's why I use the...
There should be, like, a missile upgrade that's, like, sensor head or something. And it's like, because basically the solution to that would put a proximity sensor at the end of that, right? So if like anything is within a range, it goes off.
Sure.
I think that would be an interesting design, and it would kind of solve that problem. Because
Sure.
ultimately, you do want all of your upgrades to be interchangeably useful.
You do. That's true.
There's no point in really putting missiles in the game uh, if the charge beam is going to be all that it takes. But that also assumes a high level of play.
I guess you got a point.
Oh, that's scary.
What was scary?
Were those spikes there just to spook you?
You're gonna have to. I don't remember which spikes, but probably.
The one
Yeah.
you were falling down, and then there was just spikes on the sides, but they didn't do anything. There was no danger of running into them because the floor beneath you collapsed.
That's correct.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
I'm suddenly finding a lot of questionable design decisions.
Well, this game is 27 years old now. Isn't that
That's
crazy to
true.
think like this is a 27-year-old
Oh
game?
my god.
Just think about that. And the funny thing is, the first time I played this game was probably maybe 10 years ago. Like, I didn't play it like when I had the Super Nintendo. Like, I only played it on like Wii Virtual Console when I got it. And then I'm like, man, this is a good game.
I thought you had played Super Metroid before that.
I don't think so. I think the first time I ever played it was Wii Virtual Console.
I've played it on the Super Nintendo. At my school, some of the other kids who actually had the game, we would basically have a Super Nintendo or an N64 in the room, and kids would just like bring in their games and a couple controllers.
Sure.
And you could just play games that you didn't own.
I hear. Now, my favorite, of course, like I still love it, is like the Donkey Kong Country series, and I know you haven't like gotten into it, but that's a game that like I can play every year. Like I can go back to.
Oh yeah, you like your Donkey Kong.
Well, it's a platformer. I like platformers. Like, I don't know if you.
I think that's why you're also. I've always like pegged you as more of like a Mario type of person, where I'm more of like a Zelda type of person.
I guess. Don't get me wrong. I like myself a good Zelda game. It's not like.
Yeah. I think some of my favorite games of all time though are Zelda games, especially the Capcom ones on the Game Boy. Let's see, it was Link's Awakening, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, and what am I thinking? What's the last one? Minish Cap. I think that was all of them.
Yeah, because I was
their games have just had like a charm.
I think what I've kind of come to the realization, because I actually got the new Link's Awakening for the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, I didn't get it. My sister bought it, and then when I lent her my Switch, and of course, like she's like, "Oh yeah, I bought this game. You can just have it, I guess. Once I give it back to you." I'm like, "Okay, sure." So anyway, I played it. It was actually really good. But the one thing I've always like thought was like 2D Zelda games to me have always been kind of like it's been hard for me to get into them. Like I feel like it's easy to kind of like get lost. Like I feel like you're always like going in buildings trying to figure out like where to go next. Like I feel like there's kind of not like a whole lot of direction. But
I guess that's true. Well, to be fair, like it does give you the like in Link's Awakening. There's Ylira. He's the phone guy, not the phone guy from.
No, I
Five
remember.
Nights at Freddy's. He's another phone guy.
No, I know who you're talking about.
And like he'll tell you have him, and I think there's a way to consult like the owl or something. There's like 2 people you can talk to if you ever get lost in that game. Though I think I did get stuck in a couple places playing through it for the first time.
Sure.
But yeah, they are. I would say that the Capcom Zelda games are very challenging. I think, especially if you do like a 3 hard run. where you
I
actually
can imagine.
have to utilize and try out like all of your weapons, because you have to, when the stakes are like 3 hearts and you're in a late game dungeon, you have to know the most effective way to clear out a room.
Sure, I would agree with you there.
And it just makes it very tactical, but at the same time very simple, and I've learned to like really love that about it.
Sure. I think I don't know. I think one of the issues though with the as I said, like my personal view, like I think the story in a 3D Zelda game is better, but I think that the gameplay in 2D Zelda games is harder. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
I think like in a 3D Zelda game, like the game. When I say gameplay, I mean like the combat, I should say. Not. I mean the puzzles can of course be hard. I mean, you know, the water temple and like I don't know what was it like.
Ocarina of Time.
No, not just Ocarina of Time, but like
Twilight
Princess.
Yeah,
Was really
the water
annoying.
temple in Twilight Princess was way harder than the water temple in Ocarina of Time. In Ocarina of Time, I realized that once you kind of understand where the water level things are, where they're at,
Yeah.
it becomes a lot easier to understand the dungeon, and it is a lot easier to go through it. You only really need to hit a new water level like once each time. You never really have to go back, I don't think. And
I think you have to do 2 cycles through. I think that's the
do
rule.
you?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I know you have to get something and then go back down, but like I think 2 cycles through is enough.
Okay. Yeah, and like I think it's like the confusing thing is I think isn't it like
we'll get
the
that later.
topmost I guess switch you would call it, actually lowered the water level down to 0, right?
Right. Yes, and then the one
then-
at the bottom raised it to the
Right. So basically each one of them would raise it like to the next level, but the one at the top would set it down to 0. And kind of once you conceptualize that, you realize that the switches aren't setting to the water to arbitrary levels,
Yes, that's
which I think is how it feels the first time you go through.
So I remember the first time I played this game, okay? I remember, like, for whatever reason, like, I did not know that, like, this place existed down here. So, like, basically, like, when I wanted to get to the other side, I would go, like, all the way around to the other side of the map and all the way back. Like, it was, like,
God.
really, really annoying. And then, like, I realized, well, wait a second, like, that's, like... Because I'm like, where's the map? Like, I was wondering, like, where the heck is the map? This area is, like, so confusing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I think that spot that you fell through is supposed to be a hint that for the other room where you have to use the super bomb to break the glass. Because you didn't do that yet, have you?
Give me about, I don't know, like, 2 seconds.
Oh, it's over here. Yeah. I remember entering this room and I was like, I didn't know that there was something you could do. Wait a minute. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I guess it was supposed to teach you that these can break. But, you know, if you look at that through a purely aesthetic lens, I was completely like, what the hell do I do? Oh, you super bomb the glass. Well, that makes sense now that I think about it.
Of course, it's always fun is, like, coming to this area and super bombing the glass when you get your super bombs and, like, not having the gravity suit and be like, oh, crap, like, I can't do this. So...
What do? Can you go back or do you get stuck? This is Meridia.
You know, you just, like, you're really bogged down. Like, I mean, you can make it, like, you can get around a little bit, but, like, it's hindered quite significantly. So,
I'm wondering, are you forced to go through a water segment if you go there without the gravity suit?
I mean, I don't, as I said before, I mean, there's a way to get out. It's not, you don't get stuck, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Okay, let me see if I can get this on the first try. This is always a little fun little test. Yeah, there we go.
Wow. Holy crap. That was impressive.
Well, actually, it's not that difficult. Basically, the key to know where to go is it's always. Do you see how like you got that like little?
The lighter plant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you have to like stop right there, and that's where you do it. So it's not that.
So,
hard.
is there another route on that other plant?
Is there another route on?
Or is it? I'm wondering if it's coincidentally there, or if it's purposely there. Because it's entirely possible that it's purposely there.
It's probably purposely there. I mean, it's subtle. I mean, the one thing I do have to say that was good game design is that there are so many places in this game where you can sequence break. I mean, I was telling you last time, like, it is possible to do the 4 bosses in reverse. Now, granted, like, you're going to be taking a lot of damage doing...
right, because you got to brute force
Ridley
your way through, like, the lava.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, it's like... Okay, like, oh yeah, I guess I might as well do this too. As well. Get on there.
Oh yeah. They did do a good job hinting at some of these. Because that, for example, that crab is like always timed so that usually when you're on that screen,
Yes.
before you really do much about it, it'll turn into the wall and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, like, where'd that go? Yeah. I remember this room being a pain. Just because you gotta do
Tarzan swing. You know, it might help, yeah, lower it. It'll give you a bigger swing.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. It does a good job at rewarding you. Ooh. Rewarding you for appropriately setting the length.
No big deal.
Oh, did you just like shortcut that?
Yeah, I just jumped. No big deal. It's all good.
Wow. Nice.
It's all good. Yeah, we'll go up here really quick.
All gravy.
No biggie. Yeah, especially like, as I said, like with Ridley on a first attempt, like getting as many super missiles before that is actually going to be pretty helpful. I mean,
is this the place with Dragon?
No, we're getting there though.
Is there a boss here?
Is there a boss right here? No.
In this area, Meridia.
Oh yeah. Oh, Dragon is yes. Meridia is where Dragon is. If that makes if that helps.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a special spot that you need to fall through that will give you the power up in this area, but it's easy. It's possible to miss, I think.
Maybe is this what you're talking about here?
Let's see. No, I'm talking like an actual upgrade.
Probably the spring ball.
Yeah, spring ball.
Spring ball is very easy to miss. But
yeah, it's missable, and I mean that does kind of suck, but I don't know how easy is it to miss.
How easy is spring ball to miss? Yeah, it's easy. I mean, the spring ball is almost like one of those items that like you don't even really need to beat the game. Like it's just kind of a convenience item, but it's nice. I mean, it makes your life
my
easy.
question, like, is it possible that for a while, people didn't know that the spring ball existed?
I mean, it's not that hard. Like, it's not that easy to miss. Like,
well, this was what age of the internet was this?
Really early age. But I'm just saying, like, you know, just with enough people playing the game, you know, I mean, you know, the word getting out there.
Listen, wasn't the Game Boy after this?
No, Game Boy came out before the Super Nintendo.
But around the same time, right?
Okay, we are at the. Hold on.
No! Alright, we got 30 minutes.
Yes, but we're going to go to this place, and we are going to see you on the next episode of Noob Nights. Take
Alright, we'll see you there.
it easy. Bye.